Hi, this is Adrienne from Art White Office Machines. I would like to show you on a SamForce SPS 2000 how you would program your different items in, your PLUs in for retail application. So I'm in program mode, my program tab, and I'm going to go to group first. I have 99 groups that I can program with a name. Groups are basically for your reports, so I can go generic or I can be more specific. For instance, I can say that I want all my ink cartridges just to be named ink cartridges, or I want to have HP ink cartridges. That is some of the ways that you can do it. So again, you have 99 that you need to go ahead and decide what would be best for your store. I'm going to close out of that. The next thing that I want to do is I want to go to my PLUs, my PLU status groups. I need to go ahead and create my status groups for my different items. The one that I have here is for produce, and on this one I don't have it taxable, and on page 2 I have it as a scalable item, and I also have it as a auto scale, but I do not have a tare weight attached to it. The tare weight would be the weight of the container, and I can show you how you program that in just a minute. Okay, so on my PLU status group number 3, I have program as a gift card, and again it's non-taxable, but on page 2 I made it as a hash item, because basically on gift cards you do not want to count that as a sale, because you will be counting it as a sale when the customer uses that gift card, so you don't want to pay taxes on it twice. So I have this also on page 3. I do not want a discount on it, I do not want to allow waste on it, so I set that on page 3. Okay, so now for my food stamp eligible items, I put that under PLU status group 8. Again, it's non-taxable. And then what I did is I said yes to number 11 to make it food stamp eligible. And then for my discounts, I said that yes, I would do promos and discounts for food stamp eligible items. So I'm going to close out of that. I'm sorry, I want to go back and I want to show you that I did a lottery one on lottery. Again, non-taxable, but I did not allow for any discounts on it. And then I also did a lottery paid out, which on page 1 I made into a negative item, and again I did not allow for any discounts on that. Okay, so I've got my PLU status groups in. Now I'm going to close out of all my PLU screens before we create the PLUs, and I want you to see that on your tare items. If I go to my function key, my scale is number 208. This brings up my scale programming. So basically, this is where I set my tare weights. If I press that key, it brings up my different tare weights. Let's say your tare 1, you want to have it 0.225 pound, quarter of a pound for that. And I can set all my tare weights in underneath this scale function, and that's where I attach it to under PLU status group. Just know that if you have different tare weights, you have to create different status groups for that. I got my weight symbol as a pound, I could have it as an ounce. And then you could have its manager required. This is where you set all your functions for your scale. So I close out of that. Okay, so now I want to go to my PLUs, my items, and basically go PLU add and chains. I have my samples on a screen that I've already created. I could scan an item in at this point where it says select PLU. I could actually scan an item in, and it would bring up, that would be the PLU number as the SKU number of the product. I could describe it as this is a HP 75 extra large color. Okay, and then I could attach it to a group there, and then my more important thing is that I want to attach it to a status group showing how that it works. And I'll just attach it there. I want it to be preset with a price, so my price is $38.95. And I can close out of that. Now for the items that I have on my screen, my apples. Okay, this is a scalable item, as you see. I had page 2 preset with a price, and then I put a price in here. Alright, then I can go to my produce. The only difference being is that I said preset no. Then I did the same thing for the gift sale, lottery paid out, food stamp open. I attached them to the right PLU status group. So if I close out of all my open screens and go back to register, I start entering things, and I've got my scale attached to my SPS 2000, so I put my item on. Let's say it's apples. Apples was already pre-programmed with the price, so I basically just have to press apples, and it rings up my price automatically. Now for produce, that is a zero amount because I have it as open. So let's say it's $1.59 a pound, and then I hit produce. Okay. Now my gift sale, basically when it rings up, it's not going to add to my totals. Now you can find your sales of gift sales under your groups to keep track of your gift sales. And then I have my lottery. I just enter my price in, my lottery paid out, which shows a negative amount, and then my food stamp eligible item, I'm going to put $2 in food stamp, and that's my open one. You know, anything that I can scan in would be fine. Now at this point, I can do a food stamp subtotal. It shows me my food stamp subtotal is $2. I do $2 food stamp tender. Now I can go back to my regular subtotal and show that they owe me $2.87, and then I can just cash out. And that is just some ways of programming your different items. There's a lot more to this machine, but I'm just going to show you that for right now. Thank you.